Hi everyone, we want a Facebook ad strategy course that's going to take you from beginner to expert. Let's get into it. As you can see on this ad account, hit over 100,000 in sales for just 138,000 for 38,000 spent. It's been a bit of a rough patch with this ad account, but you can see testing a heap of different things. I don't know why it's saying budget 0. That's actually just a bug at the time of recording this. But website content views, add to cart, purchases, click-through rate, amount spent, and the ROAS. And you can see here the frequency. The ones that have the higher frequency are retargeting ads. And you see how that they've obviously got far higher click-through rates, generally speaking. Okay, so that's why retargeting is so important, and that's why I'm going to be guiding you through that in this video. But I just wanted to show you that anyone can do this. Okay, anyone can do this, and so I'm going to teach you what you need to do to be able to do this yourself. Let's get straight into it. Alright guys, so in this Facebook ads strategy step-by-step guide, I'm going to be teaching you what you need to do to hit 100K, okay, and once you know the steps, it really doesn't become that hard. Before we get into it, I just wanted to say to enter the competition for myself and Ivy Zoo, I'm giving away a 60-minute coaching call, access to my course, Ecom Lifestyle University, which is valued at $1,000 alone, and $50 sent to you via PayPal, and a 60-minute coaching call with Ivy, a 30-minute coaching call with Ivy, and again $50 sent via PayPal. All you need to do to enter the competition is comment down below and follow, join our Facebook group, free Facebook mastermind group. Links in the descriptions down below. That's all you need to do, and you're going to be in the running to win up to 6 of these prizes, guys. Okay, it's going to be absolutely awesome. Loving it. So I wanted to first say that Facebook isn't that scary. People get quite scared by Facebook. I know the feeling. I still, undoubtedly get scared of different things. It's normal. But okay, Facebook is a marketing tool to drive traffic to your store. Do not be scared by it, okay? A lot of people get scared that of spending a little bit of money, blah, 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 and they're not getting results. The reality is, most of the time, you're not going to get results immediately. It's going to take, you're going to have to do some learning and education. All people where they've been in their journeys have gone through ups and downs. I've gone through many. I go through them every day. It's part of this journey of trying to be an entrepreneur, okay? It's important to acknowledge. So the part that gets people scared the most is that people see that Facebook has a lot of functionality, like all these different tools and stuff. We don't need 99% of it. It's all stuff that, let's be honest, even huge companies don't even use. I know some people working for large corporations here in Australia, and they don't use tenth of what Facebook have to really offer. It's just there, but for the reality is most people won't use it. Okay, and so I'm going to be teaching you what you do need to use. So don't worry about that. So let's move on. So firstly, it's important to acknowledge what our objective is from Facebook ads. Okay, so where this is an e-commerce channel, it's drop shipping, it's e-commerce, it's brand stores, whatever. Our objective is we want people to go to our website and purchase. We're not a lead gen website, agency or methodology where we're trying to get someone's contact info to lock them in for a hair appointment. Okay, very different. So it's important to acknowledge what our objective is. So we want sales. And we just need to tell Facebook that we want sales. We don't need engagement page like shares, blah, blah, blah. Everyone says about social proof. Social proof comes naturally as you scale the ad, okay? Do not worry about social proof from the beginning. It is completely useless. Your goal from the beginning is to get traction. Social proof will come naturally, okay? Really important that you acknowledge that. I wanted to talk about that. There's no need to warm up a pixel, okay? No need to warm up a pixel at all. It's just a myth. Facebook is incredibly intelligent. That's the same thing, is that you just want to tell it what you want, and you want purchase. Again, I just go straight purchase regardless if it's a new ad account, new pixel, whatever, new business manager, it doesn't matter. I just go straight purchase because that's what I want. I want to cut through the fat. I don't want people that are going to like and engage, because what does that mean if I'm not making money? It means nothing. I want to spend more to get someone who's likely to convert. And although that does mean that it's harder at the beginning, it means that we're setting things up properly from the beginning. And I prefer to do that any day of the week. Okay, and we don't need to wait 4 to 5 days for it to be confirmed to work or not. Okay, guys, we don't need to wait for that. Usually 2 days is max. So what we're going to do here is we're going to make a new campaign. I'm going to show you how I do that. Make a new campaign for the product and make 3 ad sets on $5 budget, sorry, each scheduled for midnight. So you want at least 3 ad sets. I know a number of people do 4, 5, 6, 7 themselves, and that works as well. It's just the difference. So I like to test more products than testing a specific product. So it just comes down to what your gut feeling is. If you really have a good gut feeling about the product, then definitely put more ad sets in. It just comes down to your budget and your gut feeling, and basically your comfort. Your comfort with spending that money, because it may not work. Okay. So we optimize for purchase. We're going to tell Facebook that I want to optimize for purchase. We target the top tier countries: Australia, Canada, UK, US, United States, and New Zealand. We target those countries. All right, guys. That's the countries that we target. We choose people who live in this location. Okay, so logically they're going to convert better than someone that's just there. If someone's traveling to a country, the Facebook algorithm will actually pick that up, and and they'll market to them if they're in that country, but they might be from Argentina, and it's just not really. We just want to market to people who are in that country. It's easier to get those sales. Okay, it's only going to cut out a tiny % of people, but just do that setting. It's 5 seconds work. We want to target English-speaking people because our website is in English language. Of course, if you're in a different language, then that's different again. But you always want to try to keep the language in which your audience is, your website's in, and your audience. Okay, so it's important to keep that in mind as well. We're going to choose interests. So I've always gone 2 to 10 mil. And you can even go higher. I know people that go higher, but I stick to a 2 to 10 mil rule. Most of mine are about 6 to 7 mil, and that does sound like a lot of people, and it is a lot of people. But when you think about that, people forget that the audience size is fine, because the amount of reach, it's only going to target a tiny amount of people within that audience. Okay, so don't worry about that. That's not going to be a problem. Put that fear to rest right now. That was from my webinar. That was funny actually. But anyway, and we choose 1 day click, as I want people to purchase. So there's 1 day click, there's 7 day click, there's 7 day, 1 day view, and 1 day click, 1 day view. I think I keep forgetting them. Anyway, but I always just go 1 day click. Again, it means that it's a bit more expensive, but you're targeting the people that you want to get to purchase the most. At the end of the day, though, you're just going to have to split test it. It works differently, but I just go 1 day click. So my justification for that is, though, most stores have a $30 to $40 average order value. I'd probably actually say $20 to $40 average order value maximum. I do more higher ticket, try and aim for higher ticket. So even with higher ticket, I find 1 day click works quite well, because the whole point is you're building a brand, and that's something that I also teach. So I just wanted to speak about interest targeting detailed. Okay, so interest targeting is where a lot of people get stuck, and I can understand that I get stuck too. But I wanted to give some ideas for inspiration. It doesn't need to be that complex. So I'm going to show you 2 to 3 stacked interests. So let me start making a campaign right here, right now on my bogus account. So I'm going to now start setting this up, and then I'll go back to the slides. But if I set up a new campaign, and I'm going to call it dog collar when it loads. Okay, so this is how you set up a campaign as well. I use the quick setup guide. That's just me. If you want to use the guided, it's not really much different. And interest 1, and then add creative 1 v1.0. I sort of like to name mine a bit more detailed than that, but basically this is just for training purposes. This will do. So you want to always make sure that you go conversions. Budget optimization you don't want to do until you've confirmed the product works well, but at the start you definitely want to not use it. So let's say we go dog, and we've got our interest. Okay, so we're going to set this up exactly as how I have it set up here. So what we're going to do is 5. So we're going to set it up for purchase. Purchase. Don't worry if it says this. Okay, don't worry about that. That's fine. There's nothing to worry about. You want to set it up for that. It's important that you always set it up for the midnight the next day. Okay, so this ad account is in US. So I always want to set it for the midnight next day, and just make sure it's 00 Okay, so see how we've got 17 million people here, but the reach is only 132 to 827. The more reach you can get, the better, of course. And ignore the conversions. That's completely inaccurate. So at this point as well, we then put in, oh, sorry, I shouldn't have taken out Australia. But anyway, Australia, scroll. Oh, I hate how it does this. Thank you. Australia, Canada, United Kingdom, or United States, doesn't matter, shorter. United Kingdom and New Zealand. Okay, so you start with those 5 countries, all right? Start with those 5 countries, and again, like what I said, change from everyone in this location to people who live in this location. You're going to see it's not going to make any difference really at all. Or has, sorry, because I've increased the audience size. We want to go, I forgot to include this, sorry, 25 and up. I don't really market to people under the age of 25 until I've completely validated a product. That's important to know because 18 to 24-year-olds, think about when you're an 18 to 24-year-old, or if you are, usually a lot of your friends and all of that, they're too busy drinking, going out partying. Most of their money, or they're studying or whatever, and their money's tight. Okay, so basically money's tight. So I don't market to them straight away. A lot of products are mainly to women, so you'll probably end up using women. But if depending on the product, obviously choose all men or women. Just you're gonna know which your audience is. Okay, and that's from my past videos through product research. I'll be doing more on those as well. We want to choose here English all. Because we want English-speaking people. We've got an English website, makes sense. Okay, you guys? Go off by what makes sense, not by like, just some one person in 10,000 might make a difference. So the next part that we want to do is our interest targeting. So now that we're up to this, so we use 2 to 3 stacked interests and aim for 2 to 10 mil. I search for top 10 magazines, top 10 celebrities, top 10 brands, top 10 blogs, famous animals, for example, okay? And you can use the suggested audiences that Facebook has, as well as the audience insights tool. Okay, if you're struggling, use either of those. I mainly use the suggested audiences and then the audience insights tool if I'm absolutely just like out of ideas, and I'll just have a quick look. So then what I'll do is so let's say that this is some hair product, okay? So I'm going to try and find interest for a hair product. So I'm just trying to think, Avalon, pretty sure that's what it's called, Avalon? No, Avon, yeah, Avon. So if I know Avon because obviously it's a brand. So we're going to put in that Avon products, Mary Kay, because these are all sort of related. And see how it's just giving us suggested ones and it's boosting up the audience. So Herbalife, nah. So I don't really do it like this. I try and keep them all stacked within a separate one. So this is the part where you just have to add a heap in. Okay. So these aren't all, this isn't a hard and fast rule. I'd have to do some more research. I can't remember half the hair products. I'm just terrible with remembering them. But see how we've got like a large audience size? So now, again, if it's a hair product, we put in something broad, okay? We're going to put in something broad, hair products. Okay, so they're into these types of interests because they're all stacked, and then they're into hair products. And we'll just wait for it to populate when it does. I think Facebook's a bit buggy today. Okay, there we go. So we've narrowed it down to 6 mil, but we're still well within the 2 to 10 mil. And then I usually go off by, again, gut feeling, and I go online shopping. Okay, so what we're going to do is once that loads, so we've trimmed off about 1 million people. Okay, by doing just those simple things, we've trimmed off about 1 million people. And we've still got a huge audience size. And, we've got huge reach and blah, blah. So don't worry about that, okay? That's what I'm getting at is that start with really broad interests, followed by another broad interest intersected and another broad interest intersected. What we're doing is if you sit there right now as I'm talking about this and you're watching this, if you sit here and you think of a hair product and you think of Avon, which is a I think it's hair dyeing or whatever it is, I can't remember. But anyway, Avon products, which is related to hair. And people are interested in that. And that's a business, okay? They're interested in a business that sells hair products. Okay, so you're saying, well, if they're already interested in products, hair product brands, it means it's highly likely that they bought from them before, or they're at least highly interested. And then you narrow it down a little bit. People that are specifically interested in hair products, Facebook categorize that as an interest in this case. And then people that are into online shopping. So people that have interacted, so you can see here, people who have expressed an interest in or like pages related to online shopping. So what we're saying is now we can say that this interest ad set is quite related to the type of product that we're marketing. Okay, so if we're marketing some hair product, then we can say ourselves that logically speaking, this is going to target the right type of person. The type of person we want to buy. Now, again, if it was a woman, if it's a hair product, it's most likely, and it's a woman's one, we want to change it to women. So we can see how that cuts it down just a little bit as well. So we've still got huge audience size, okay? So the other part that we want to do is, I don't really market to desktop, especially to start off with. I take desktop out because desktop has far higher CPCs and it's going to waste probably 5-10% of your budget. Not much, and you're rarely going to get conversions. It's just mobile is king, okay, so keep that in mind. You can leave everything else if you want, but I generally take out every other placement other than Facebook and Instagram newsfeed, because that is where most of your budget's going to be spent anyway. And you're actually going to find it'll be Facebook newsfeed, okay, followed closely, not closely, but somewhat close by Instagram. And you can see how the other placements, you test that down the line, okay guys, that comes down to your split testing. And ignore this crap. Don't as well, I see a lot of people only when connected to Wi-Fi. That is not needed, okay? I have never used that and I've never had problems. So it's going to recommend us, blah, 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 that we optimize for something else. Always go for conversions. One day click, and there you go. Now, I don't really use manual bidding a huge amount. This is for manual bidding. But we can see here that the audience size has narrowed down a little bit. But again, we've still got an overall reach of a huge amount of people, so there's not going to be a problem of abundance of people, okay? So that is how I do interest targeting. So that's pretty much how I would do it. And then I would look at, top 10 hair magazines, fashion magazines, fashion and hair, hand in hand. Top 10 female celebrities in this case, like, I don't know, Beyonce or something with some really lovely hair. Women that would like Beyonce would undoubtedly be like, oh, that's just beautiful hair. So if you, let's say, did Beyonce and then other hair products, the hair products and online shopping, you can get very different results, because Beyonce, I don't know any actual famous people aside from Beyonce, so live under a rock. Anyway, basically my point is that you just, if you're in doubt, just to do that top 10, just Google that and you're going to find a heap of ideas. And then as well as suggested audiences and audience insights tools, you're going to have a problem. You just want to go off your gut feeling, throw it out there. Don't think about it too much. There's no such thing as a perfect audience. Okay, you'll know pretty quick when you're on a winning product. So the ad creative. So the ad creative is pretty important now. In the past, you used to be able to get away with anything, to be honest. And before me, which actually really annoys me, because it was super easy. Like, I know people that said, like 3-4 years ago, you just threw out a crap ad and made money. Like, damn. Anyway, but that's changed. So we have two options, okay? We get a video. So you can get the video from the AliExpress link if they have one. You can get it from a competitor. I know that's sort of frowned upon, but you can change it a little bit, okay? Change it a little bit, make it your own. What you're going to do is you're wanting to use that to validate the product. Then you're going to use, there's plenty of different products out there, services like e-com vids. You can actually just outsource it to people. You want to make a video. So if you even bring it to your own home, purchase it and, have a camera and stuff like what I do, then you can just make a little recording of it yourself. Doesn't have to be perfect, but then all of a sudden you don't have any problems, okay? What you're trying to do is you're trying to validate the product, and then once you've validated it, then you want to go ballistic with trying to just control every aspect. Okay, so I recommend using Canva, so because you want to use 2 thumbnails, okay? So I now do try with 2 thumbnails, just use Canva, it's free. and you can just use the Facebook post. There's got an option for a template, and then just throw an image of the product on there, and put like a black rectangle with, you know, like, oh my God, need this, look at this, and put some emojis of the love heart emoji or the face with the little love heart eyes and stuff like that. And that's all you need to do. And just swap it around. Oh my God, need this. Look at this. And that's the differences you need that you just test. Okay, guys? That's what you want to just try. And it's only going to take you a few extra minutes. It's not going to take you long, okay? So that's why I do it that way, because with testing, this is the most painful part, testing time, okay? So on the video as well, if you get it into Camtasia. I use Camtasia for everything. I love Camtasia. I know a lot of people use other tools, whatever. But you want to put your watermark over it, your logo basically. So just put your logo over it from start to finish and try and cover up theirs if they have one, is basically what you want to do. You don't want to spend too long on it. And then like a black bar if you want, again at the bottom, like, oh my God, love this, need this now. And then the smiley faces and stuff like that, because you're just trying to get them really engaged. I do see a lot of people now actually having like a progress bar as the video goes on, so people know how far through the video they are. Psychologically, that actually helps with people watching it more. It's actually worked on me, admittedly, as well. So I'm finding more and more that a thumbnail is really important, followed by the video. You don't want to spend forever. It's basically, you just want to do a little bit of modification to make it your sort of own, to try and make it a little bit unique. Throw out some interest ads to different audiences, at least 3. And if you don't have a video, I want to add as well, just use an image. Okay, they still work fine. And just, again, in Canva, just put the, oh my God, love this type thing. You know, images still work, especially, let's say, if you're in fashion, jewelry, because it's sort of what you see is what you get for the most part. But that being said, you should always just try and test video against image. People do prefer videos more now because it sort of outlines what the product is. Okay, so that's important. So here is now we're up to the ad copy part. So I'm going to now use an ad copy. Okay, so now the ad copy in creative. Okay, so I'm going to select an image, whatever this is. Okay. All right. So is this a video or an image? Sorry, it's a. Sorry, it's an image. My apologies. Anyway, moving on. So the ad copy has become something that most overlook, including myself, frankly. In the past, I've stuck to my hard and fast rule, but I am venturing out and changing that a bit more, and I'm finding that long form ad copy works well. So as well as, but traditionally I've been using the method of question, answer, benefit, call to action. Okay. And I just want to show you briefly how this works. So let's say we're using this image in this case, and see, I need this now. See how you have the faces, really simple to do. And you know, it's going to catch people. You know, if that was a thumbnail, that would work really well. Okay. So and to a video, it would just work really, really well. You can see how that really grabs your attention. So you want to put in your website URL, www.dogs.com. Now, another thing I've been using is the display link. I like to actually use the display link. So if this was my website, so I would go, what is this product? I don't know. Dog. I don't know what type of product this is, sorry. But product.dogs.com. What I'm trying to do is trying to use up the space a bit more. And because I've been finding a lot of other people have been... like webinars and all of that, they do, you know, go.mywebinar.com. Okay, and it's a bit of a psychological thing. Okay, so I just do that now. So I put in the type of product name .mywebsite.com, or you know, whatever your website URL is. Your headline, you want to put in something that's gonna really try and catch their attention. And usually, most of the time, you want to put in the 5 stars. So, okay, so, and then the name of the product. So, LED dog collar. Okay, and then for the text, this is where you need a split test, and I'll do another video on long form ad copy, but I'm going to show you this anyway. So let's say this was the LED dog collar. Do you get worried walking your dog at night? Something bad may happen. Okay, so that's probably could be worded better, but just for the context of this, our LED dog collar will allow you to walk at night with 100% confidence. Your dog will, you will 100% confidence you will never lose sight of your dog. Okay, so the reason that we do something like that and is, you know, it's not 100% perfect, but what we're trying to do is, if this was an LED dog collar, why do people want to buy this? Why would you buy it if you were a prospect buyer? Okay, you want to ask yourself that. And so the chances are an LED dog collar is not for the daytime, is it? It's for night. Okay, so, and they're walking their dog. They might let their dog off the leash or whatever, and they might be worried where their dog is, you know, etc., etc. So that's basically what it is. So are you know, do people are getting worried if they're walking their dog at night, is their dog going to get lost and not going to be able to find it? So we want to touch on why this product is something they need in their lives. Okay, and then we say something like the answer. We want to give them the answer on why our product is the answer to their problems. That's what a need product is, okay? So our LED dog collar will allow you to walk at night with 100% confidence. Using things like 100% confidence, you know, it gives the actual prospect buyer confidence that they're going to buy a product that's going to solve their problem guaranteed. Okay, so you could change it with 100% guarantee, 100% confidence, whatever, and you will never lose sight of your dog. Okay, so I would actually capitalize the never as well, really emphasize on that, because you know, people treat their dogs like myself as family. You know, people love their dogs, and I completely understand that. Then we want to use something like the benefits, why they buy from us. Why should they buy from us when I'm sure they've seen the ad from competitors? Now, what the hell? Okay, so what is it? So never lose sight of your dog. I like to repeat it again, and then we do the benefits that our store presents. So 50% off, limited time only, and then, you know, free shipping worldwide today, or, you know, free shipping on orders over $50 if you're not running free shipping, whatever. Just throw in a benefit why we're the ones that they should buy it from and not someone else. And, you know, like, you can, one of the big other things that I've been doing more as well, admittedly, is a bit of a hack, is, you know, fast shipping with US warehouses. Because most of your sales are going to come from the US. So if you put in, you know, fast shipping with US warehouses, yes, I know you're drop shipping to begin with. Handle those few complaints. You're going to be fine, okay? What we're trying to do is get traction. Once you get traction, that's when you're going to absolutely do this, okay? You know, that's just what you're going to do. That's important. So put that fear to rest. And then you want to put a call to action. So get yours here today, 50% off, blah, blah. And you just put in like a bit.ly URL. Okay. And then you want to put in your newsfeed link description. So 50% off plus free shipping today. Okay. So we're really trying to hammer home on, see how, even just as a draft, this is a pretty good draft, I think, as well. So you can see that that's how I would do the copy. So you just, you know, question, answer, benefits, call to action. You want to put in your website URL, the display link of the headline with the 5 stars. We're trying to catch them again. People see the 5 stars, are like, yep, okay, this is a good product. All right, so that leads back to this. Now, want items are a bit different, okay? So I've shown you how to do need items. Want items are very different. You know, so need items are something that solves a problem. So we need to tell them what it solved and why they should buy from us and not our competitors, which is what I've just done there. So want items, add copy. Okay, so I wanted to make a separate slide about this because want items is actually harder to market in many regards. I know a number of people are absolutely crushing it with want items. So want items are actually far harder, I find, because unlike a need item that solves a problem, people already have a ton of t-shirts, skirts, hats, whatever. So why is your skirt, why is your hat that you're selling me? Why is it something that I want to add to my already full closet of stuff that I'm likely going to use once and never again? Whereas a need item, it's a daily reoccurrence, so they can justify more, right? That's what it is. So want items like clothes and jewelry are general ones. But you want to turn it into a need item. So how do I do that? Let's say it's a trending t-shirt with a dog picture on it. So tell people why they need it. Okay, so I'm going to show you, just change the copy, and you're going to see sort of the difference of what it would be. Okay, so I know I'm talking to myself as well, blah, blah. I'll put that in there because I thought it would be funny. Anyway, so let's say that this is now not an LED dog collar. Let's say that this is a dog t-shirt. Okay, so some funny dog t-shirt that says, I bark you. Lame, hilarious in a hilariously embarrassing way. Anyway, so let's say it's a dog t-shirt, and let's say it's a funny dog t-shirt. All right, so how can I market this to them that makes them want to buy it? So I would be like, do you love your dog so much you want to wear around a funny parody t-shirt that reminds you of your love and care for dogs, while bringing a smile to your face. Then you want to put something like, our dog t-shirt is a hilarious t-shirt that will always remind you about why you love your dog, and bring a smile to your face. Okay, and then just something like that. This is not perfect by any means, but I'm trying to turn it into a need item. And then you want to. So I'm finding this is how it works with long form ad copy. So we are. So I actually be very personal. So I put, hi, my name is Ricky, and I am the founder of Dog Tees. I made my store with one mission in mind: to make dog lovers, to bring smiles to dog lovers all around the world. And so you can see how now it's become quite personal. They're getting to know who I am, and then I would put something like, so with our combined passion for dogs, we provide the highest quality grade t-shirts that are true size, delivered to you from our US warehouses with 1 to 3 day processing. I'm just going to put 1 to 3 day shipping to your doorstep, with thousands of past customers already. We want you to join our family too. And then I would put a star review in, so an actual, it doesn't have to be real, but just the star reviews, and let's say the star reviews are there, and I would put in something like, oh wow, this t-shirt is everything I wanted. Fast shipping, customer service, blah 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 blah. Okay, and that's what we're doing is we're now putting, we're making it into a need item. We're turning it into why they need this. I'm telling them who I am, and why I love doing this. We've helped thousands of people already bring smiles to their face. We want you to join my family too, and now we're seeing that someone has already gone and take the plunge of purchasing, and they're like, this is an amazing store, blah, 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 blah. And they're like, okay, cool. You're really convincing them. And, we offer 100% money back guarantee on all purchases, because to us, quality and your satisfaction is our core mission in our business. And then I actually start putting in the price. I actually legitimately start putting in the price. Normally our prices are, I don't know, 29. No, let's make it 49.99. But for the next 24 hours, we are running it 50% off, meaning you get it for what's half of that? $24.99 with no unexpected costs. Okay, so if you're running free shipping, okay, that's definitely what you would want to put in, something like that. So people are like, oh my god, yes, because you know when they go to checkout and if they don't expect there's going to be shipping, they're likely to leave, right? So putting in something like that. So we're really being really personal, and we're touching on what people don't like. You know, we're touching on the people are sick of crappy products, sick of them not being true size in this image, crappy shipping times, crappy customer service, you know, no money back guarantees, you know, no unexpected costs, all of that. And you want to throw in emojis and that, of course, it makes sense. But, and then, you know, don't miss out, complete your order here and join our growing family. I look forward to you joining our family. Okay, something like that. Again, this is not a hard and fast rule. Use your creativity. Okay, I know a number of people have been asking me about that. So you can see how we've got a nice call to action. This is something that I'm still learning, but what I'm trying to do is make highly personalized while turning it into why they need this item. Like, so we're telling them why we're better than our competitors. We care about quality. We care about customer service. We care about this. Normally it's $24.99, but for today only it's $49, blah, blah, blah. You get the picture. Okay, guys, you get the picture. And then just change these around and you're good to go. But I'm finding that this actually works well. I've never done long form copy, so it's a bit of a learning curve, but that's a bit of a hack for you all. All right, so moving on. Anyway, so how long do I leave an ad set for? So now back to the metric side of it. You want to leave it for 48 hours maximum. You can tell really quickly on Facebook, which is why people use it so much. Google, it takes longer. Google's extremely good, don't get me wrong, but Facebook, you can tell much quicker. You want to use metrics, of course, like purchase, add to cart, cost per click, and CTR, click-through rate. You know, if you're getting purchases, of course, you're onto a winning thing. If you're getting add to carts but not purchases, it can mean that you might need to do more retargeting. If you're getting CPC but not add to cart, it might mean that people, your landing page might need work. And CTR is just to see, you know, as a percentage. Anything over 1% is fine. So if you have a sale, let's say at 24 hours, you want to at least leave it to 72-hour mark, because you might get another sale in that another couple of sales, and then you're confirmed to be on a winner, okay? So if you find you're on a winner, start duplicating that fucker. Start duplicating it and add in new interests, okay? So make new ad sets, starting at $5 budgets, and you know, just throw in any ideas you have. The more you have, you're going to be adding to the budget. Start low, and then you're going to quickly scale up. What you're wanting to do is confirm it, and then once you've confirmed it, then you just go through the roof. That's basically it. You want to start optimizing as well, obviously by country, age, gender, placement, device. So if you've got ad sets that are doing well, you want to try and narrow them down and say, like, well, you know, I've got these 5 countries, but which of the 5 is actually doing best? Coincidentally, is UK doing much better than US? Well, that could be the case. So you don't know until you look at that and you optimize the ad set, duplicate it again. And if you're really starting to see metrics that look really good, start bumping up those budgets. Bump up the budget. You're going to get more traffic, which leads to more sales, and it's just going to go from there. And the last part is retargeting. So retargeting is really important. You can't forget about retargeting. Most people forget about it. So once you start getting enough traffic, you immediately want to set up a DPA ad. DPA ads have been a lifesaver for me on so many fronts. Of just 180-day VC minus add to cart, I have minus purchase. So I have videos on that. Go and watch some Facebook videos. Heaps of value there. You need to set up custom audience ads. That's in other videos as well, which is specific for that product. So what you're doing, DPA ads is more general for all items across your store. Custom audience ads is for that specific product. you can get very different results, okay, guys, because your message is tailored differently, as well as the marketing approach. But it's really important you start with 180-day VC minus purchase, because again, you want to capture all the traffic, especially at the start. As you start getting a lot of traffic, then you narrow down 1, 3, 7, 14, 30-day, 180-day, and you do a different marketing strategy again, because you're wanting to really try and remind them time again. Most people don't buy on the first most people don't instant buy. They think about it and then they'll leave, but so you have to constantly remind them. And that's why I talk about retargeting is the key, and that's why I use that type of retargeting, and it works quite well, especially when you have a lot of traffic. So I use the same approach for the actual ad set setup, being just straight purchase, 1-day click. I do worldwide, because you're going to get organic traffic as well that you didn't even know about from other countries, and you'll be actually quite surprised, trust me. 1-day click to all placements. Okay, so I use all placements. Retargeting can work very different. I actually find, for instance, retargeting audience network does really well, as well as desktop can actually do really well, especially for the sidebar there, right column, pardon me. That can do really well. So you want to do that, but you'll narrow that down over time as well, okay, guys? But you want to start broad, because retargeting can work very different than it does cold traffic. Cold traffic works very different. You want to use the same creative, so like same video, and with a different ad copy, incentivizing them to come back. That's in another video. Go and watch that as well. So, bam, you're at sales galore. That was completely out of whack. But at this point, you'll be spending big and you'll be getting a good amount of sales. I recommend watching my other videos for the back end of Shopify. If you are at that point, definitely, apps. Okay, guys, apps is where it's at to help automate and, customer service, improve LTV, average order value, LTV. Just my recent videos are all on that. Okay, guys, really important. I'm really trying to solidify that. You can get videos from something like, what is it? I've forgotten the name, but I use a product research tool now, like ecomlab.com. I'm going to be doing an actual video on that as well, so stay tuned for that, because that's actually really cool and it's quite affordable, which is why I like, because a lot of people use product research tools. You can definitely use Facebook, but I'm trying to give you options as well. Okay, so that's pretty much it. Okay, guys, I hope that has been a really good step-by-step guide, really teaching you a lot more about that, and that it is possible. So don't forget as well to enter the competition for myself and Ivy. Really important that you enter that competition. Ivy is an absolute legend, and he's absolutely crushing it. Love working with Ivy. I'm very, very fortunate to work with him, and I hope vice versa. But anyway, there's 6 prizes up for grabs, guys. I have a 60-minute call, my course, as well as $50 sent to you by PayPal. And Ivy has a 60-minute call, 30-minute call, as well as $50 sent to you by PayPal. All you need to do to enter the competition is comment down below anything that you like the video. Follow me on Instagram and comment there. That enters you in the competition, as well as join my free Facebook mastermind group. That enters you in the competition too. The more things you do, the more opportunities you get. Okay, guys, really, we've got plenty of time left in the competition. Make sure that you're using it, taking all the value that we're giving you, really trying to just give you so much value so that we can crush this together in 2019 and beyond. And yes, I just wanted to add lastly, I am changing the dialogue, but I'm enjoying this the more I move on. I like to have a bit of fun, guys, so I hope this has been fun and enjoyable for you. You have gotten a bit of a laugh from it, and I hope it has really been educational to you. Make sure that you stay tuned for future videos, and don't forget to subscribe, and have a lovely day. Thank you.